Next time you walk outside, take a look around you. What do you see? A sea of bland, unforgettable faces, background characters, NPCs, if you will. Most people walk through life kind of invisible, just blending into the background. But every now and then, you see someone who's a little bit different. Somebody who owns the space around them. Somebody who walks in and people just be like, who the fuck is that? This is not an accident. It's not magic. It's a set of qualities that make you instantly attractive. There's 13 of these to be exact. Some of them you're born with, others you can build. Let's break them down. So the first and most important of these qualities is got to be self-assurance. When people say be confident, this is what they actually mean. It means you trust your faculties, you believe in yourself, not in some weak self-help book kind of way, but in a deep, unshakable, almost fucking delusional way, right? You're kind of like a cocky dick, almost to the point of narcissism. My buddy Brad used to call this extreme self-love. But the thing about this is you got to temper it with a little bit of self-deprecation, let's just say. Otherwise, it can come off kind of as insecurity disguised as arrogance. But ultimately attraction, it's not about looks, it's not about status, it's not about wealth. I mean, those things kind of fold into it, but it's about certainty. You got to have that unshakable belief in your own abilities, your own qualities, and really your own value in any situation. Because if you don't see your value, how the fuck are they going to see it? When you're truly confident, you don't second guess yourself. You don't overthink before you speak. You're not waiting for permission. You don't see that hot girl and be like, oh no, she's out of my league. You just go for what you want. Because deep down, you already know. You're bringing something real to the table. But let's be honest, most guys don't have that. They hesitate, they overthink. They stand on the side with the drink against their chest, watching the opportunity slip through their fingers again and again and again. You know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. You see that girl you want to talk to, but you stay paralyzed. You second guess yourself in conversations. You're afraid to say the wrong thing, so you end up saying nothing at all. You're getting overlooked. You're getting talked over. You're getting ignored like a piece of furniture while more commanding, charismatic guys take control. And what happens? Another night goes by, another month, another year, and you're just staying the same, watching life pass you by, knowing deep down that you could have more. Now imagine the alternative. You just say and do whatever the fuck you want. You're unfiltered, you're effortless, you're unshakable. You don't hope for attraction, you create it. You know exactly how to pull people in, spark interest, escalate tension, because you've done the work to become that fucking guy. This is what we do inside Charisma Mentoring and Bootcamp. It's not just theory. It's not just be confident platitudes. It's real-world immersion. It's field-tested over decades in actual social environments. No more hesitation, no more excuses. Click the link in the description. If you're serious about changing your life, this is it. Step the fuck up, or just stay where you are. Now, on to the next key here. Nonchalance. Because confidence without control, that's just insecurity in disguise, right? So what is nonchalance? It's a studied indifference. It's what my buddy Max used to call the hot guy blasé, right? You have the energy of a guy who doesn't need anything from anyone. You're talking to some girl, if she were to leave, you barely even fucking notice. Not because you don't care, but because you have options. You have a life and you're not hinging your self-worth on any single person's attention. This is the difference between want and need. Big distinction. Guys who need validation chase. They overcompensate. They push too hard. But guys who want something without needing it, they pull. No pun intended. Think of it like sales versus marketing, right? The desperate salesman's begging for the close, but a powerful brand, it just exists and people come to it. This is why you never put people on a pedestal. You're not out here trying to win approval because approval is already assumed. And look, that's one reason why teasing is so powerful. You're saying things that a guy who's desperate for it to work would never say. You're creating this playful tension that makes people chase you. So again, that nonchalance is very important. Quality number 3, masculinity. What we're talking about here is strength, not just physical, but mental. We instinctively associate masculinity with being strong, capable, able to handle yourself in various situations. It's like physically, yeah, men are naturally stronger than women. Biology gives us that edge, but that doesn't mean you can just let it slide into this sort of melted candle physique. Strength isn't just something you have, it's something you maintain. But, ultimately, real masculinity, it's not just about muscle. It's about being kind of rugged, right? Resilient, the kind of guy who isn't thrown off by every little inconvenience in life. If it's raining outside, you're not like, oh, I can't go outside, it's raining. You adapt. If something goes wrong, you handle it. You're not this fragile little flower constantly looking for comfort. And to be frank, most people I see today, they're fucking weak. You know, they're soft. They're avoiding discomfort at all costs. Masculinity is about being the guy who steps up, who doesn't crumble under pressure, who isn't afraid to take a hit physically, emotionally, socially, and keep moving forward. Number 4 is humor. Now, this seems kind of like a no-brainer, but humor is, in fact, a social cheat code of sorts, right? It builds connection, it disarms people, and makes them want to be around you. But of course, there's different kinds of humor. There's playful teasing, aka flirting. There's dry wit. There's dark humor, which I'm very familiar with. You know, you got a little edge to it, a little cynicism, a little bite. If you use that in the right way, it shows you're fearless. Again, kind of tying into nonchalance. You don't give a fuck. But if you use it the wrong way, you're just the weirdo making people uncomfortable. So the key here is calibration. You know, read the room. Ultimately, humor is attractive because it subcommunicates confidence. You know, the willingness to make a joke and have it fail. That's very, very powerful. It also signals that you're quick-witted, you have a sharp mind, and you're just not another boring, predictable dude. At the end of the day, if you can make someone laugh, they're going to want you to be around. Simple as that. So the next quality is dominant. Now, let's be very clear here. This doesn't mean controlling, not aggressive, dominant. There's a difference. A dominant man doesn't just kind of sit back waiting for shit to happen. He makes moves, right? He makes decisions with certainty. He's not looking to the girl to lead, all hesitant. Like, so would you like to maybe go here? No, he's like, I'm deciding. Hey, let's go grab a drink here. You'll love it. It's awesome. Simple, direct, like no over-explaining logically, no looking for permission. You know, it's kind of funny because a girl I dated once, she said to me, you know, Jeff, I like you because you're decisive. Most guys that I date, they're hemming and hawing. They don't know what the fuck to do. You're like, this is what we're doing it now. Let's fucking go. Ironically, years later down the road, this is the same reason she broke up with me. It's like, you're too decisive. I was like, hey, look, I'm totally easygoing as long as we do everything I want exactly the way I want it. But I digress. Ultimately, women respect and are drawn to men who own their choices. That signals confidence. It removes pressure from them having to decide every little thing. And it kind of makes them feel safe because they know you got shit handled. And look, again, this isn't about bossing people around. It's just about leading with clarity, right? It's about pulling people into your world rather than waiting to get into theirs. So be clear about what you want. Be unapologetic. And when you say it like you mean it. Okay, next, leadership. Basically, this shows that you can play nice with others. Right? And this isn't about forcing authority. It's about owning your presence. A true leader moves with certainty, and people naturally will follow that. And women are wired to notice this. When a dude commands attention, whether it's in a group, on a stage, or just by setting the tone, they feel that shit. If I bring a girl to one of my free tours and she's the crowd reacting to me, in that moment she's like, damn, this guy's fucking awesome. Look at all these people thinking he's cool. It's basic social proof, really. But again, leadership isn't about being the loudest. It's about having a clear direction, moving with purpose, and creating a vibe that others want to be a part of. If you do that, she won't just notice you, you're going to stand out. Next is self-reliance. What this means is you don't wait around for somebody to solve your problems. You handle shit, right? This is a man who can fix things, navigate challenges, adapt to the unknown. This guy is automatically attractive. Whether it's being able to change a tire, being able to navigate some kind of bureaucratic process, or even something like just landing in a foreign city and being able to figure out things on the fly. Like, this is the bus we take, here's where we go. You're showing competence, and competence is sexy. It's like, teamwork is great, sure, but if you can't stand on your own 2 feet, you're a fucking loser. Women want the guy that gets shit done. Next, ambitious. This just means you have a purpose. Now, look, you don't need to be rich or super successful yet, but you do need to be going somewhere. A man on a mission is 10 times more attractive than some dude who's just kind of coasting through life, hoping shit happens. You know, so if you're stagnant, you're kind of stuck in that same routine, no goals, no drive, you're just a background noise, right? Women want a dude who's on his path, who's chasing something bigger than himself, who has a vision he's trying to fulfill. If you're excited about where you're going in life, she's going to want to come along for the ride. Next one is freedom. Now, what this means is you're just not overly constrained by social conditioning. You're kind of moving through life with a devil-may-care attitude, meaning you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck what people think. You're unapologetic. You're doing your own thing. You act because you want to, not because you're waiting for permission. right? You're at the cause end of things in the environment. You're not at the effect end. Frankly, most people walk through life in sort of a haze of like a waking dream, just reacting to shit as it happens. But when you operate with true freedom, you're fully in control of your own reality. People feel that, and they start thinking, hey, maybe I could be like that too. That's power. Number 10 is being mysterious. She needs to feel like there's more to you than meets the eye, let's just say. Like there's a deeper layer that she hasn't uncovered yet. With me, and personally, the rabbit hole goes pretty fucking deep. There's a lot of lore, okay? So even down the line, there's something new to uncover. And of course, the opposite of this is what? Boring, predictable, aka a basic bitch, right? A dude with nothing beneath the surface. If you're mysterious, it keeps people intrigued. It keeps them coming back. When they're still thinking about you after you're gone, you've already won. Number 11 is what I like to call bad boy energy. Now, let's be honest, this isn't always the healthiest trait, but it fucking works. There's something about a guy who has a little bit of an edge, right? A little unpredictability, maybe even a hint of danger that kind of draws people in. For me, it's like, oh, he's that outlaw who got banned from a fucking continent for being a dickhead. In the early stages of attraction, being a little rebellious, a little untamed, it actually hooks people. Because why? They want to see how deep the chaos goes. Number 12 is excitement. You get a guy who plays everything safe and is doing the same boring shit all the time. Again, it's just fucking boring. A guy who's like diving headfirst into new experiences, taking risks, and living his life, that's magnetic. This is kind of the entrepreneur archetype. The person who bets on himself, who starts a business even if it's risky, chooses adventure over a guaranteed paycheck, right? He's the one saying yes to opportunities, right? Trying shit out to see what happens. When you bring that energy, people feel it. It makes them wonder what's next. Right? And that sense of unpredictability, quite frankly, it's addictive. And last but not least, number 13, being passionate. This is kind of a no-brainer, right? Whatever you feel, they feel. Energy is contagious. If you talk like some monotonous fucking robot, people tune out. But if you speak with fire, like if you actually give a shit what you're saying, people will feel that. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it. We've all heard that. The intensity in your voice, the conviction in your words, the emotion behind what you're expressing, that's what pulls people in. Passion makes you compelling. Whatever you feel, they feel. Again, if you're excited, they get excited. If you're deeply invested in something, they lean in. It's what turns basic conversations into something more, something electrifying. So I said it at the beginning of the video, but I'll say it again. Attraction is not just about looks or money or even luck for that matter. It's about presence, the way you carry yourself, the way you move through the world, the way that you make people feel when they're around you. And all of that is something that you could build. Because if you look at all these qualities that I've listed here, confidence, mystery, passion, leadership, they all come down to one thing. What's that? They're all qualities of a man who's fully in control of himself and fully in control of his life. When you have that, you're not chasing, you're attracting people to you. You don't ask for permission, you move with certainty. And the people around you are going to feel that. So the question remains, are you ready to actually become that guy? Because if you are, it's time to stop watching these fucking videos and start putting in the work. Click the link, lock in, get on board, and start living the life that, quite frankly, most guys can't even dream of or fucking imagine. It's your boy Jeffy, and I'll see you next time.
The course has been life-changing. Life-changing is the word. I feel like communicating is the key to life, right? With this kind of stuff, you can become a master. You can become a top echelon speaker, communicator. One of the awesomest experiences of my life. And I've been rebuilding this awesome, cool new relationship with my family. And I am very thankful for this program.